Hello and welcome to another video for Midas Touch Toys, Games, Collectibles. And today, well, we're looking at something that is very old, is very rare, very collectible, and an absolutely amazing piece of game or quiz, whatever you like to call it. We are looking at the 1970s release by J L Randall from their Merit series of games and toys. This particular item we're looking at today is of the World of Sport quiz game, and this is very similar to the Magic Robot game, but is all based on the World of Sport. Now, as you know, the World of Sport was a British television sport program, and it ran on ITV between January 1965 and September 1985, and it was in competition, or the ITV's answer, or opposite to BBC's Grandstand, which was the BBC's sports programme that ran for many years. The programme ran after the children's TV, children's Saturday morning TV programmes are finished, and it ran right through until the evening, just before the news. There was 1,067 episodes that spanned that 20-year time period, and it had numerous stars doing the presentation. So Eamon Andrews was the first presenter, followed by Dickie Davies, who was the main face of World of Sport. He joined the series in 1968 when it switched from the ABC Weekend TV to London Weekend Television, and Dickie Davies was then the main presenter from 1968 right through until it finished in 1985. Some other famous presenters included Fred Dinenage, Steve Ryder, Jim Rosenthal, Eaton Wellesby, and Gerald Sinstad were all presenters of the certain parts of the World of Sport during that 20 years. Very popular program, finished in 1987 because ITV felt that it needed to concentrate on live sport rather than highlights and racing. So that was the reason why it ended. But this game is all based on all the different sports that World of Sport covered in its time on air. And this was released in the 1970s, so it was when the World of Sport was probably at the height of its popularity. Okay, so this is the game in front of us, and it says Merit. Ask the question, I point to the right answer. World of Sport quiz games, and there you can see there's football, cricket, skiing, athletics, horse racing and motor racing images at the front. And it's got the J L Randall Ltd, Potter's Bar made in England, and instructions on undersize of box. Okay, that's the front of the box. Let's turn it around and see what we got printed on the back. Okay, so I turn the box round, and like it said on the lid, the instructions are on the bottom here, and it says Merit World of Sport. Place the Olympic Torchbearer in the tray in the centre of the question circle so that the V projection on the base of the figure fits into the V cutout of the tray. Turn the torchbearer by the body until his pointer is at the exact centre of the segment containing the question you wish to have answered. Then lift the torchbearer by the body and place him in the centre of the mirror on the answer side. He will mysteriously spin and point to the correct answer. It is important to keep the box level and to see that the base of the torchbearer tray and the mirror are free from dirt. Okay, that's the back of the box. Let's have a look at the sides. Okay, so that's the top side of the box, and again it's got the Merit and the trademark there. It says World of Sport quiz game, catalogue number 6475. If I turn the box to the end, again it's got Merit World of Sport quiz game. The bottom says Merit World of Sport quiz game, the catalogue number 6475 again, and Merit World of Sport quiz game again on the other end. Okay, that's the box. What we're going to do now, we're going to open it up and we're going to have a look at the contents. Okay, so I've opened the box up and this is what we got. So we've got the question and answer sheet. So it's World of Sport, questions here, answers here. We've got the Olympic Torchbearer here. Now, if I just take the Olympic Torchbearer out, we can and lift out these sheets, you can see we've got quite a few different sheets here and they're double-sided. So there's different question and answers on each. So there's 1, 2, 3, so there's 4 sheets there and they double over and answers are on front and back. I've just turned, actually I'll keep it that way because the slot is there for the torchbearer to go in, but you can pick up whichever sheet you want and you can turn it over and do it the opposite way if you want to. Let's do it, as I've turned it over, let's do this one. So we've got the pointing area there, as it said on the instructions, and that needs to be slotted into the hole there with the slot on it. So let's spin round to a question, Sarah. Let's stop at that one there, and it says, who won the only swimming medal for Great Britain in the Mexico Olympics? Okay, let's pick that up, put him on the mirror and find out. And that tells me that was Angela Mortimer. Now, whether that's right or not, I've got no idea, as I don't even know what year that was. So let's find another question. Okay, let's have a look at this one. This one says, who won the 1979 Queen Elizabeth II Cup riding the horse Hang On? Okay, so who was the jockey? And that says Anne Packer. Is it Anne Packer? Or Mrs. J. Davenport? I think it's... No, it's Mrs. J. Davenport. Again, whether that's right or not, I've got no idea. I'm guessing it is. Let's try one more that we might have know the answer to. Okay, let's go with which skier won the World Cup for women 5 times, 71, 72, 73, 74 and 75. And that says Anne-Marie Moser. I'm guessing these are the right answers. I don't know the answer to these questions, so I'm assuming. Let's try a different page. Let's turn it over and try something else. Okay, let's go to this one. I've got a rough idea who this one is. So, who won the Footballer of the Year in 1976? And that is Ian Callaghan. That's not who I thought it was, but there we are. Let's just find something else that we might know the answer to. Okay, that's an interesting question. It says, who was the oldest player to appear in an English First Division football match? And that is showing me as Stanley Matthews. There we are. So that's the way the game works. And as I say, it is very much like the Magic Robot game that Merrick produced, which was the general knowledge questions. But this one is all based on the, as I say, the World of Sport television series. Okay, the burning question you're asking me. How well did this game do back in the 1970s? Well, I would say it done very well. World of Sport was very, very big. It was a very, very popular show, running for 20 years. A sports program is, well, quite amazing, really. And considering that it was on for about 5 hours every Saturday was quite amazing to think that it ran for all those hours. And there was lots of things contained in there. So there was Football Focus, you had the horse racing, there was a boat racing, there was rugby and cricket if it was on. The FA Cup finals, the big games were shown as well. So there was lots that they did. And there's also wrestling, of course. That was always in the afternoon when the wrestling was on. So there was an awful lot of different sport that was shown during the course of the programme. So it was very, very popular. And obviously the Magic Robot was a very, very popular game for Merit or J L Randall from their Merit series of games. So this would have been only add to that series, and would have been an extremely popular game. Incidentally, there was quite a lot of different versions of these. There was a Doctor Who one as well. There was also obviously the Magic Robot one, but if you had the sheets, you could still use the sheets from those other games in this one, or vice versa. These sheets you could use on the Magic Robot, or you could use in the Doctor Who one. They're unlimited to whichever one. They were all the same size, and they all work the same way, which is by a magnet basically. So there we are. So yes, would have done remarkably well. Okay, let's move forward round about 55 years, I would say, approximately 50 to 55 years. Do these games come up very often on the platforms nowadays? No, not really. All of the Magic Robot games are very few and far between. They are very old and very difficult to find, especially in working condition and complete with no breakages or damage to the Question Master or the Torchbearer or the Dalek, depending on whichever one you are looking for, the robot, the Magic Robot, whichever one that you're using. So none of them come up for sale very often. I would say the Magic Robot is the one that you do see more than any of the others. World of Sport very occasionally, and obviously the Doctor Who one is just so rare. I mean, if you do find one of those, it's going to be big bucks. But yeah, they just do not appear very often, and that's probably one, because I don't think they was made to last. They were probably cheap games at the time, I would imagine. And obviously the questions are time related. So, you know, as I say, we're now 50 odd years on. And a lot of these questions I don't know the answers for. I can't remember back to the early 70s as to when, or mid 70s, let's say, as to when these were popular questions. I'd have to look it up on the internet to see if I could, if these answers are correct. I'm sure they are, but if you know, just to confirm, I'd have to look up on the internet, because I do not know the answer to any of these questions that we've looked at so far. Although I'm pretty certain the Stanley Matthews one, the last question that we answered, I'm pretty certain that was right, because I'm pretty certain he was the oldest player ever to play football for the First Division. So I'm pretty certain that is correct. So if that one's correct, they're all correct. But like I say, do not appear very often, and that's understandably. And I suppose if they do come up, they're going to be in various different states of condition. Obviously, a 55-year-old game. I think I did see one of these with the Torchbearer's arm broken. So again, you've got to be a little bit careful. Whether they're all still functioning or not that come up on the platforms, again, you need to be a bit careful and look properly at what you're going to get. Some of the platforms use stock photographs, stock descriptions. So, and in cases like this, they're going to be used, they're not going to be new. So you do need to click the use link to see what you're about to get, because you could be looking at something like this and end up with something that's very tatty indeed. And not to mention that someone's idea of very good condition could be somebody else's idea of acceptable condition. So be careful if you are intending to buy on a platform. Now, this particular one we were looking at today, this was a former shop display item. So it was never actually sold. It was displayed in a shop counter for many years, or I'll say many years, for a period of time before being closed, sealed back up, and well, retired to the stockroom for well, we've been 50 odd years until we went in and we bought out all the stock. At the back of the stockroom was a big section of all former display items, and there's some absolute gems that we have found in there. So stay tuned and keep watching, because a lot of those items will be going up for sale on the website soon. So this particular item, never sold. It's in absolutely near pristine condition. There are a few marks on the box, on the shelf, where it's been sitting on a shelf. There's a little bit of shelf wear, but otherwise it is immaculate. And as of now, this game is currently available to purchase on the Mighty Touch website, which you can get to very simply by clicking the link below. It will take you straight to the website, where you'll be able to find this and many other vintage board games and many other vintage toys, games and collectibles. Come to that. There's over 10,000 products currently available on the website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we're uploading videos for every new item that goes into the website. There will be something for everybody, and I'm absolutely positive this is something that you're not going to want to miss, because we literally have thousands and thousands of new items which we're shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there's something in particular you're looking for, something old that you've never been able to find, something quirky you might want to buy for a friend, or maybe just something from your childhood that you'd like to own again to help you recuperate those long lost childhood memories. Well, stay tuned, keep watching, because you never know, the next item could be that item you've been looking for. And just one more thing is, we have very limited quantity of most of the items that go up onto the website. And once we do the videos and they go up on YouTube, they're usually not around for very long. So if it's something you're interested in, be quick, because it's not going to be there for very long. Okay, that is it for me on this particular item. I do hope you've enjoyed reviewing this wonderful, wonderful vintage World of Sport quiz game with me. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again next video. So bye for now.